Oh, what's happening? All right. Hello, ladies. We are getting started here. I'm sorry that orientation was locked. I hope that it's still on. Um, anyways, we're gonna go with this and hopefully it'll behave. Um, my phone, I got a new phone today, thank the Lord. So this should be helpful along the path here. And I'm sorry for the delay today, but I told you it's going to be different why I'm gone. This time change and just things that we have going on has been a lot for me. And so I'm looking forward to getting back home and on my schedule, but I'm glad to have gone away as well. So before we begin, I'll ask the Lord to open thou mine eyes that I may behold wondrous things after thy law. Psalm 119, verse 18. And this evening, we're going to be in Exodus 37 and 38. I know, of all weeks, we have 2 chapters each day. We have a lot going on, and I know sometimes that's harder than others, but I'll try and be brief. So, Exodus 37, let's begin. And Bezalel made the ark of shittim wood. 2 cubits and a half was the length of it, and a cubit and a half was the breadth of it, and a cubit and a half the height of it. And he overlaid it with pure gold within it and without, and made a crown of gold to it round about, and he cast 4 rings of gold to be set by 4 corners of it, even 2 rings upon the one side of it, and 2 rings upon the other side of it. And he made staves of shittim wood, and overlaid them with gold, and he put the staves into the rings by the sides of the ark to bear the ark. And he made the mercy seat of pure gold. 2 cubits and a half was the length thereof, and of 1 cubit and half the breadth thereof. And he made 2 cherubims of gold, beaten out of the one piece made he them on 2 ends of the mercy seat. And if you think you've heard this before, you have. You heard it a few times. And God just wants to make sure that there is no excuses. They knew exactly what they were supposed to do and all the details that he had for the tabernacle of how he wanted things done. He is a God of details, and he wants them to understand exactly how he wants it. And I know it's a lot to hear it repeating over and over again. Even for me, it is. So just buckle up, right? As I say, buckle up, buttercup, and just hang in there. So, verse 8, 1 cherub on the end of the side, and another cherub on the other side, on that side of the mercy seat made he the cherubims of the 2 ends thereof. And the cherubims spread out their wings on high, and covered with their wings over the mercy seat, and with their faces one to another, even to the mercy seatward were the faces of the cherubims. And he made the table of shittim wood. 2 cubits was the length thereof, and a cubit the breadth thereof, and a cubit and a height thereof. And he overlaid it and with pure gold, and made thereunto a crown of gold round about. Also he made thereunto a border of a handbreadth round about, made a crown of gold for the border thereof round about. And he cast it 4 rings of gold, and put the rings about the 4 corners that were in the 4 feet thereof. Over against the border were the rings, the places, the staves to bear the table. And he made the staves of the shittim wood, overlaid them with gold to bear the table. And he made the vessels which were upon the table, his dishes and his spoons, his bowls, his covers, to cover withal pure gold. He made the candlestick of pure gold, a beaten work made he the candlestick. His shaft, his branch, his bowls, his knops, his flowers were all of the same. And 6 branches going out the sides thereof, 3 branches of the candlestick out of the one side thereof, and 3 branches of the candlestick out of the other side thereof. 3 bowls made of the fashion, and the almonds were 1 branch, a knop, and a flower. 3 bowls made like almonds, and another branch, a knop, a flower. So throughout the 6 branches going out of the candlestick, and in the candlestick were 4 bowls made like almonds, his knops and his flowers, and a knop under 2 branches of the same, a knop under 2 branches of the same, a knop under 2 branches of the same, according to the 6 branches going out of it. Their knops and their branches were of the same. All of it was one beaten work, pure gold. And he made his 7 lamps, and his snuffers, and his snuff dishes of pure gold. Of a talent of pure gold made he it, and of all the vessels thereof. And he made the incense altar of shittim wood. The length of it was a cubit, and the breadth of it was cubit. It was foursquare, and 2 cubits was the height of it. The horns thereof were of the same. And he overlay it with the pure gold, both the top of it and the sides thereof round about. And the horns of it also made it unto him a crown of gold round about. I'm sorry for all the background noise. I do have a family that is in the room with me. That is my family. And so they are a little noisy. So sorry about that. Verse 27, and he made 2 rings of gold for it under the crown thereof, by the 2 corners of it, upon the 2 sides thereof, to be places for the staves to bear it withal. And he made the staves of shittim wood, and overlaid them with gold, and he made the holy anointing oil, and the pure incense of sweet spices, according to the work of the apothecary. So, really quickly, chapter 38. And he made the altar a burnt offering of shittim wood. 5 cubits was the length thereof, and 5 cubits the breadth thereof. It was foursquare and 3 cubits the height thereof. And he made the horns thereof on the 4 corners of it. The horns thereof were of the same, and he overlaid it with brass. And he made all the vessels of the altar, the pots and the shovels, and the basins and the flesh hooks, and the fire pans, all the vessels therewith made he of brass. And he made for an altar a brazen grate of network under the compass thereof, beneath under the midst of it. And he cast 4 rings to the 4 ends of the strip grate to the brass, to be the places of the staves. He made the staves of shittim wood, and overlaid them with brass. And he put the staves into the rings on the sides of the altar, to bear it withal. He made the altar hollow with boards, and he made the laver of brass, and the foot of it brass, of the looking glasses of the women assembling, and which assembled at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. He made the court on the south side southward. The hangings on the court whereof were fine twined linen, and 100 cubits. Their pillars were 20, and their brazen sockets 20. The hooks of the pillars and their fillets were of silver. We're on verse 11 of chapter 38 of Exodus. And for the north side, the hangings were 100 cubits, the pillars were 20. Their sockets of brass 20, the hooks of the pillars, and their fillets of silver. And for the west side were hanging of 15 cubits, the pillars 10, and their sockets 10, the hooks of the pillars and their fillets of silver. And for the east side, eastward 50 cubits. The hanging on the one side of the gate were 15 cubits, their pillars 3, and their sockets 3. And for the other side of the court gate, on his hand and the hand were hangings of 15 cubits, their pillars 3, their sockets 3. All the hangings of the court round about were of the fine twined linen, and the sockets for the pillars were of brass. The hooks of the pillars and their fillets of silver, overlaying of the chapiters of silver, and of the pillars of the court were filleted with silver. The hanging of the gate of the court was needlework of blue, purple, scarlet, fine twined linen, and 20 cubits was the length, and the height and the breadth was 5 cubits, answerable to the hangings of the court. And the pillars were 4, and their sockets of brass 4, the hooks of silver, and the overlaying of their chapiters, and their fillets of silver. And all the pins of the tabernacle and the court round about were of brass. This is the sum of the tabernacle, even of the tabernacle of testimony. It was counted according to the commandment of Moses, for the service of the Levites, by the hand of Ithamar, the son to Aaron the priest. And Bezaleel, the son of Uri, the son of Hur, of the tribe of Judah, made all the Lord commanded Moses. And with him was Aholiab, son of Ismaach, the tribe of Dan, he engraver, the cunning workman, and embroiderer in blue and in purple and in scarlet and fine linen. All the gold that was occupied for the work in the work of the holy place, even the gold of the offering, was 29 talents and 730 shekels, after the shekel of the sanctuary. And the silver of them were numbered of the congregation was 100 talents and 1,750 shekels, after the shekel of the sanctuary. A bekel for every man, that is a half a shekel, after the shekel of the sanctuary, for every one that went to be numbered from 20 years old and upward, from 600,000 and 300,000, let me say that again, 600,000 and 3,550 men. And of the 100 talents of silver were cast the sockets of the sanctuary and the sockets of the veil, 100 sockets of the 100 talents, a talent of a socket. And of the 1,707 and 5 shekels he made hooks of the pillars, overlaid their chapiters, and filleted them. And the brass of the offering was 70 talents and 2,400 shekels, and therewith he made the sockets to the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, and the brazen altar, and the brazen grate for it, all the vessels of the altar, and the sockets of the court round about, and the sockets of the court gate, all the pins of the tabernacle, and all the pins of the court round about. Whew. Okay. We got through it. All right, so next we have Proverbs chapter 4. But before I get through that, I want to go over a couple questions. What was the ark made of? Shittim wood and gold. The objects that are made in chapter 37 is the mercy seat, the table of shittim wood, all the dishes, the candlestick of gold, 7 lamps, snuff dishes, snuffers of altar. A talent was a unit of weight and was roughly the equivalent of 75 pounds. A cubit was a unit of measurement and was roughly about 18 inches. And how many men were numbered from 20 years old and older? We talked about that, but it was about 600,000, 300, 550. So let's go on to Proverbs chapter 4. Proverbs chapter 4. Hear ye children the instruction of father, and attend to knowing understanding, for I give you good doctrine. Forsake ye not my law, for I was the father's son, tender, only beloved, in the sight of my mother. He taught me also, and said unto me, Let thine heart retain my words, keep my commandments, and live. Get wisdom, get understanding, forget it not, neither decline from the words of my mouth. Forsake her not, and she shall preserve thee. Love her, and she shall keep thee. Wisdom is the principal thing, therefore get wisdom, and with all thy getting understanding exalt her, and she shall promote thee. She shall bring thee to honor when thou dost embrace her. She shall give to thy head an ornament of grace, a crown of glory shall she deliver to thee. That is wisdom. Hear, O my son, and receive my sayings, and the years of thy life shall be many. I have taught thee in the ways of wisdom, I have led thee in the right paths. When thou goest, thy steps shall not be straitened, and when thou runnest, thou shalt not stumble. Take fast hold of instruction, let her not go, keep her, for she is thy life. Enter not in the path of the wicked, and go not in the way of evil men. Avoid it, pass not by it, turn from it, and pass away. For they sleep not, except they have done a mischief, and their sleep is taken away, unless they cause them to fall. For they eat the bread of wickedness, and drink the wine of violence. But the path of the just is the shining light that shineth more and more into the perfect day. The way of the wicked is a darker than they know at the stumble. My son, attend to my words, incline thine ear unto my saying. Let them not depart from thine eyes, keep them in the midst of thine heart, for they are life unto those that find them, and health to all their flesh. Keep thy heart with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life. Put away from thee a forward mouth and perverse lips, put far from thee. Let thine eyes look right on, and let thy eyelids look straight before thee. Ponder the path of thy feet, let all thy ways be established. Turn not to the right hand nor to the left. Remove thy foot from evil. Psalm 66, and this will be the last portion of scripture that we'll read tonight. Make a joyful noise unto God, all ye lands. Sing forth the honor of his name. Make his praise glorious. Say unto God, how terrible art thou in thy works. Through the greatness of thy power shall thine enemies submit themselves unto thee. All the earth shall worship thee, and shall sing unto thee. They shall sing to thy name, Selah. Come and see the works of God. He is terrible in his doing toward the children of men. He turned the sea into a dry land. They went through the flood on foot, and there did we rejoice in him. He ruleth by his power forever. His eyes behold the nations. Let not the rebellious exalt themselves. Selah. O bless our God, you people, and make the voice of his praise be heard, which holdeth our soul in life, and suffereth not our feet to be moved. For thou, O God, hast proved us. Thou hast tried us, silver is tried. Thou broughtest us in the net. Thou laidest affliction upon our loins. Thou hast caused men to ride over our heads. We went through fire and through water, but thou broughtest us out into a wealthy place. I will go into thy house with burnt offerings. I will pay thee my vows, which my lips have uttered and my mouth has spoken when I was in terrible. I will offer unto thee burnt sacrifices of fatling with the incense of rams. I will offer bullocks with goats. Selah. Come and hear, all ye that fear God. I will declare what he hath done for my soul. I cried unto him with my mouth, and he was extolled with my tongue. If I regard iniquity in my heart, the Lord will not hear me. But verily God hath heard me. He hath attended to the voice of my prayer. Blessed be God, which hath not turned away my prayer, nor his mercy from me. Thank God for his mercy and his love towards us. I will look forward to seeing you again tomorrow as we continue to grow.
Okay, I'll